So we were headed back over to Soknik repairs, and the teenage guy was being all snippy with us, correct?
Correct. Well, I mean, he was cleaning up the mess you guys had not caused, but, you know, he feels he caused it. And he sort of says, so you've dealt with Vati, you've come here to deal with me too, is that it?
No, we paid him off. We said, no need to pay you off. I suggest you leave. Things could possibly get violent soon.
He says, what do you want? What do you want here? You already made a mess. You just want me to leave?
We've come to try to talk sense into terrorists. Terrorists may not want sense talked into. So, hope for the best, prepare for what.
He looks around. I don't see any terrorists here. Do you see any terrorists here?
Well, you're looking at two of them.
What? Didn't the guy tell us that there was a trapdoor or some shit?
Yes, Kvati did.
So is that visible?
You can like push past to behind the counter where Kvati told you it was and try and see it. The kid won't stop you. He'll be like, hey, you can't. Do you have a warrant? As you get there and you see that it is just basically a wooden trapdoor. Its handle visible and everything. It's not hidden, it's behind the counter, so the expectation is not many people will go there.
I suggest you make yourself scarce.
He sort of looks around. Fine, tell them you killed me or something. I'll leave town. And he just goes out the door.
Oh yeah, so now he knows about some terrorists.
You just found the door.
That's convenient.
That's the toilet?
That's the long drop.
Alright, so you pull open the
we've
door?
got bigger fish to fry. Yep, we pull open the door.
Alrighty, so the trapdoor ladder leads down to a little tunnel that seems to go... It's not like a freshly dug tunnel, it's all rock and bricked down the way. But as it gets deeper and deeper and you guys go down it, it's about 60 feet down. And by the time it gets to the bottom, you see that it is a long time ago that this tunnel was dug. Easily a couple hundred years ago, Dimitri. You're a dwarf, you understand rocks probably.
Yep.
There are no light sources inside the tunnel as you sort of get to the bottom of this this little area. The one bit of the map you should be able to see white squares. The black square is the trapdoor that you guys came down, so that's the square that it brings out in. And the tunnel... So go ahead.
Does low light vision work in the absence of light?
No, only in low light.
Oh, that's what I have.
No, it's like only in low light, so zero light.
Right. Gotcha.
Dark vision is what you'd need to see in the complete dark.
Right.
But I mean, there were some lanterns up in the repairs place that you could have taken if you wanted to bring down some light. You would see that there's no light when you look down. So if you guys want to bring some light sources, more than
I imagine we would have.
Alright, so as you get to the bottom and you've got this little, basically what amounts to a panic room down here, you see centuries old graffiti denouncing the witches who once ruled atop Cauldron Hill. This is sort of what gives you the clue how old this tunnel was. The tunnel down here is strewn with old wooden debris as if furniture once filled the passages, and it stretches off in two different directions. The ground itself has dozens of cracks, sunken areas, and pools of stagnant and fetid water. You can see ahead the threshold of a T-junction to the right and to the left as well. Sorry, I'll go one more square further. There's T-junctions. Each of them, the threshold is ringed with a arch of white stone. Marking that it's an intersection.
Is there dust? Is there like a bunch of dust and footprints to see where people have been going?
Roll me a nature check.
Are we, is the whole team down here at the moment?
I assume so, for the purposes
Okay.
of having not just Dave.
Yeah. Just making sure.
Yeah, I think at this point it's probably worth calling in for backup because you guys aren't going to hear shit if things go down in an underground.
Unless we blow the place up.
So, is Gorbachev gonna whatever?
Yeah.
Not Gorbachev.
Gorbati.
He's coming.
Yeah, for sure. There you go.
Oh right, you're playing him, aren't you?
Yes, sir. And Serena Williams.
Isn't she
Okay,
a
that was a
tennis
funny
player?
joke. Yeah, yes.
So
Oh,
you guys
right.
can see recent tracks from comings and goings leading from the trapdoor to the right. You're able to follow them and go along a little ways of the way. And in fact, you guys have done so well on the checks that you get through 2 intersections. You notice that at times the steps sort of randomly veer around puddles and stuff, and sometimes they go straight through them. And as you pass on by and you get a closer look at the puddles that they veer away from, you see that they're actually trapped underneath a very faintly glowing runes that are under the puddles of water, trying to conceal them. They're definitely trapped wards that following the path you're following stops them from going off. So you get all the way through to where there's a series of halls going off in all different directions. As you can see, there's some going north, some going south. There are these white arches.
Can Serena use like thievery to see if there's any maybe subtle marks or anything that would sort of like a tell that, you know, like go this way, so, you know, like
Yes.
to help members or whatever?
Yeah, roll me thievery or dungeoneering, either of the two.
Oh.
Nice. Okay, so you can see that some of these arches have got runes written on them. Some of them are just basic runes. Some of them are certainly traps. So you this direction, both of these north and south are trapped, so you avoid them. The next one here has no runes, and this one here has a sort of a series of small runes that in Dwarven, and as you point them out to Dimitri, who can read Dwarven, they don't seem to make sense. They just say, "Arc white, the lost world in the heart beyond the serpent shall gyre the end in the coils of ice." And I will type that into chat. Because fuck if you remembered exactly what I just said.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea what you just said. But I did hear something about Serpents of Ice, of which they've been fucking using a lot of.
Yeah,
I heard
I
that.
suspect that would be a sign of like these guys are, yeah. And there is definitely does seem to be something about the world ending in ice. Like some of my abilities are named after it.
Oh,
Yeah, like
that's true.
icy end of the earth. The world shall end in ice, as you sense. Da 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 da. Yep.
So as Serena is sort of looking at these runes, she brushes her fingers over them, and as she touches each of the words, they glow, just for a moment of like 3 or 4 seconds before they fade again. And she says, perhaps this is some sort of code. I'm just trying to find where the fuck the words I put in with. I don't want to have to write them again. Oh, right, I just didn't scroll down enough. Herb derp. To continue on the hallway to the right, none of the footprints, none of the tracks seem to lead that, further on. So it's unclear that there would be any reason to continue on east.
Okay. So,
I
certainly-
suspect we need to reorder that phrase.
Roll me
Yeah.
like a wisdom or an intelligence check. Maybe a dungeoneering.
Oh no.
I'm more dungeoned out.
Oh yeah.
Dimitri, you get the feeling that maybe not reorder, but maybe highlighting the right words, pressing on the right words, or perhaps pressing on to remove the wrong words. One of the two.
How about the world shall... Yeah, how about the world shall end in ice?
Alright, as you press them, there is absolutely nothing that happens except you hear, or rather feel through the stonework, a slight clunk.
Oh.
Maybe the world just end.
Do you guys wish to follow the tunnel now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright, so as you go up, you see further ahead, as your light sources bring up, the left and right shows two closed portcullises that way. And straight ahead, two open portcullises that are locked in place. You figure that you put in the right password. Because as you pass through these two portcullises, they remain still. Nothing happens.
Yay
Oh.
for being an eschatologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd go.
As you pass through between these two portcullises, the ground here is clean. Barely any dirt or dust. No graffiti. And you do see the slots in the ceiling of the arch. And you all of you who have got any sort of magical attunement feel a lingering aura of cold magic. You figure that this was perhaps some sort of freezing trap that would have been less good to be part of. But goddamn you all for not being a part of it. Because it was a fun trap. Alright. Beyond the threshold trap, it's called, you find a hallway with clean-picked pork ribs scattered across the ground. 30 feet beyond the arch is a 30-foot by 20-foot living room, which you can see here.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said clean picked pork ribs.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, that's.
Wait, wrong pork.
As in...
No.
What sort of
Joey.
marinade did they use on them?
it's hard to tell. It's been completely slobbered off.
As far as I know, eschatologists can eat pork just fine.
Well, no, it's just. I guess I just wasn't expecting that. A succulent pork rib meal.
Racist.
What? Get the fuck out.
For some reason, this map is like way bigger or smaller than it
That's what
should
she
be.
said.
Yeah, it feels like it's the wrong map. Because
What'd you do, Spy?
I don't know, the
What'd you
map's
do?
the wrong size. One second, guys. Just need to make it the right size. Because otherwise you're going to be fighting... you're going to be standing in a room with no space to move, breathe, and or do anything.
So there's no one here that we see, then?
No, things happen. 1 second. Just chill out, rather. Just chill out.
I'm sorry. I apologize. My bad.
There we go. That fits better now. Okay, so the bones in this area seem to be set up in such a way to maybe keep something at bay, except they're only about 6-7 inches high. But as you guys arrive in the hallway, so I'll put you on the map. I'll put you on the combat tracker. I'll show you on the combat tracker, rather.
Yeah, I shouldn't be on there. Get me out of there.
So who Kaya's not here. Gathan's not here. Josiah's not here. Dima's not here. Carla's not here. So it's Serena and Vati.
It's Kvati time.
And he's a good guy.
Not gonna lie, I just hear Barty every time.
Let's call him Barty, it's fine.
But yeah, let's call it Barty. Barty Gobati. Barty go Barty. Barty go Barty. Jesus Christ.
Ladi Dadi
Barty,
Kari Kabati.
Barty's now Indian.
Yeah, so these bones here on the ground seem to be set up almost to stop something. Oh, Riley's not here. Fuck off, Riley.
Oh, what do you mean to Riley?
Fuck off, Riley. Dimitri is here. Serena's here. Trabro is here. Yes. Orzov is here. And none of you others are. Where's Barty?
Wait, is Orzov here? I thought he was still outside.
No, he came down. You all came down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all came down.
But as you move into this hallway, there's a sudden scurrying and scuttling sound that you hear that sort of highlights exactly what it is these bones were set up to stop. As from the walls coming down the stonework is an army, or no, a swarm, a huge, thick swarm of army ants. It's an army of army ants, but that's boring.
It sounds bad.
You see ants trailing in snake trails, or snaking trails, coming to form this large swarm just ahead of you, and getting ready to rear up and attack you. Roll initiative, please.
Why do I roll so much fucking better with these guys?
Be nice. Buddy's turn. Just a whole bunch
so-
of ants. You can feel a
Okay,
thick
yep.
mass of them crawling up your legs and beginning to nip at you. And in fact, the swarm makes a basic attack as a free action because you start your turn within its aura.
I mean, I didn't.
Its aura is pretty big, bruh.
That's what she said.
Just trying to see how big its aura actually is. How big is it supposed to be? Sorry.
Whoa.
Aura.
Amber is
so
the
you
color
didn't-
of
no,
your
no.
energy.
Buddy is not in its aura.
Nice.
Classic.
He's.
Classic guy, always overestimating.
I'm gonna move back one so I can still. Let's see. Actually, if he's right here, he can still aim at the swarm, right? I mean, it's a fucking swarm, right?
Yes. Just shoot a big chunk of them out. Alright, and a huge swathe of ants are just exploded by bullet. Splat.
And that'll be his turn.
Alright. Dimitri, you're up. But the gunshot, as you fire it as well, Kvati, you hear a few shouts of, "What? What was that?" coming from further down the
Oh,
hallway.
fuck. That's right. Fuck me.
Oh. Can Dimitri ignore the ant and go towards?
The shouting?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh, apparently I'm prone. I'll undo that. And the attack, do you know what the attack minus?
No, I don't know what it's from. It's gone now. Oh, it was... No, I don't know. It was the rust, but you guys didn't all get hit by that. Only General did, not even your dude.
Yeah, and I'll think Dimitri will sort of slap his head on the way and kind of say, "Quiet!"
So you've gone the wrong way. So the way in is that way. That's why the voices have come.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you get
So I
in,
guess
past,
I'll take an op attack.
I don't know if they will. Yeah, no, it will. Yeah, they'll take an opportunity attack. As you step over them, they sort of nip, but your armor holds strong. They don't find any way in. As you sort of get into this room, though, you see the simple room contains an assemblage of 24 cots. Looks like for people to sleep in there. They're in good condition, unlike
cots.
the furniture that rotted. Not cocks, cot.
I know.
Assemblage
I
of 24
realized that for a moment.
24 peni.
I'm just having a big old orgy down here.
When you arrive, you see two dwarfs, similar in garb to the eschatologist radicalists that you fought in Pardwhite District, just rousing from two of these cots from the gunshot, presumably. And you see 4 skeletons standing in the corners, and as you sort of bring the light in here, they animate and pull out weapons as if to attack.
I'm gonna, I guess, hold my hands up for now and say, I would talk to Grandin Zubov. I want to hear his reasoning for this insanity.
So you try to talk to them. The radicalists reply in Dwarven. They say, "You will do no such thing. Why are you here? What was the gunshot?"
That was an idiot that you hired.
Fair. Fair enough.
So you shot him. You brought him down outside our room and shot him. Show me then. And that's probably enough
It's...
conversation for you to. All right. So they're
Chuck
wanting
my-
you to show them, and
Chuck my body and they're all limp. Then I'll kill them.
Yeah, so,
fuck.
but that's the next turn.
yeah. What's up? What are you doing? You can hear the conversation that Dimitri's having, but
I'm like,
I don't believe you understand Dwarven.
damn it. Why can't you speak the common primordial? Class of people moving into our city, speaking their language.
Wow.
Ah, shit. I guess I'll delay my turn until they attack us. And then I'll just charge in balls deep.
Alright, so the ants are still nipping at you, and because you started your turn...
Oh, okay, I'll
you
swipe
sort
at the amps then.
of- Okay. They don't hit anyway.
Yeah, just play fighting with the ants.
Just like kicking them away as they're trying to climb up on you. Alright, Charbro, you also get nipped at the start of your turn when the ants come in. Fuck off.
Don't worry, I have insect repel. And I'll pull a vial of alchemist fire out of my bag and smash it on myself.
Alright, so that'll be a area
I think it's
attack,
better
wouldn't
than
it?
flaming ants, to be honest.
So you're
I
gonna
have
light
no
yourself
idea.
on fire?
To repel the ants, yes.
Okay. Roll an alchemist fire
Yes.
attack centered on yourself.
Well, what do you use to roll that?
Doesn't alchemist fire give you a power to put in your power thing?
So it does. I should do that.
So you should. Alright. And also target the ants, Orzov, and Serena.
Can you not?
And roll the attack. Son of a bitch!
Yay!
Alright, so they have vulnerable 5 so they're, to area attack, so they're going to take an extra 5 damage. So roll your damage, and I've already added 5 more. Alright. About half the ants are caught up and burnt and shrieking and popping like popcorn as their little chitinous bodies explode from the heat. All right.
Pew pew pew.
Like how you've got like 20 bottles of level 1 Alchemist's Fire. It should be
Comes in handy.
2d6. I don't know why it's at 1d6. It should be.
Wait,
Oh no, you
you
haven't
can get higher level ones.
Yeah, you can get up to
Someone,
level 26.
don't tell don't tell Fabro.
I got the 20 gold ones because I could get more of it.
Fair enough. Alright, so the Radicalists sort of hold up their hands and the skeletons stop advancing on you for a second, Dimitri. And they say, "So, prove it. Prove you are here. Not to deal harm, not to try and stop the end of the world like everyone else."
The end comes of its own accord. You do not need to rush it.
You see anger across their face and they say, "It is our duty to bring the end of the world." And this Radicalist that you're talking to unslings his big blunderbuss shotgun and points it at you and says, "And I see now, it is time for you to see the truth of what we speak. The end for you is here." And I'll let you... He's going to ready an action for your turn. Yeah. As is the other one. They're both going to ready their actions on your turn.
Okay.
The army ant is going to attack Trabo.
I will Ferris Ward and interrupt it.
Alright.
Surely they wouldn't be too keen since I tried to light myself on fire.
So they seem to deal only half damage against the swarm. They resist half damage from melee and ranged attacks. So you hack at a few more of them, but they're still trying to throw themselves bodily, just waves and waves of their own men's body at it, at the flaming beacon of pain that is Trabo.
It's General Perry in ant form.
And so they do manage to get to you, and you're slowed and weakened as they're tearing through your burning body, through to your armor, and then through to your skin, and you're trying to whack them off and beat them off, and
To be fair, I wear robe.
all other ways of saying jerk them off.
Yeah, you just fucking whack them and beat them off left and right.
Oh shit. Yeah, so ongoing, but it's save ends all, so not 3 individual saves. Now it is Serena.
If part of an attack, can I be in someone else's space for like a moment, or is it just one?
Because that's the move, attack, and move back, right? I'll say for the purposes of that, yes, because you're not going to be ending your action in their space.
Okay, well then I'll move to where I guess Orzhov is as part of the shift action.
Alright. Just like darting in, stabbing at the ground a bunch, and then darting back when they try to get you.
Exactly.
Alright.
Now they're gonna get me instead because I think it come from me. No.
Alright, it does not kill it because you deal half damage, so let me take 7 of that off.
But I'm not done.
Okay, yep, they did. Oh no, they've got 2 life. Haha!
But they take ongoing and wait, no, never mind. They're just dazed. My bad.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn back where I was, or where I'd never moved from in the first
Dazed swarm. All the ants are confused.
place. They're very confused.
Alright, the skeletons are also, they're holding for commands. They've been told to stop, so they will not attack just yet. Kavati, you're up.
Does Kavati understand Dwarven?
Yes.
He's human. Wait, what? Oh, that's right. He does. He should, shouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So I heard what they said then.
Yes.
Does he have like a pocket knife?
Do you have a pocket knife?
Yeah, just like a small sharp object.
Sure. Yeah, why not? Maybe a bayonet.
All right. So I have a question. Should I be doing as how Cavardi would be doing, or like try and think of like he would think?
That is entirely up to you, my role-playing game friend, man.
I don't know anything about him that much. He was a sniper, right? In the Eurosol.
He's a
He's
mercenary.
he's a mercenary who's kind of interested in eschatology. That's pretty much it. He
Alright,
seems
well,
to be a little bit unbalanced, possibly, but yeah, that's.
And he
He didn't seem so keen on the terrorist aspect, I think, as well. Didn't
He kind of just wanted to shoot cops. He didn't really
Yeah.
like the idea of shooting civvies.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
I agree with that.
Dimitri's just paid him 1,000 gold to get him to switch sides.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you guys basically hired him. So yeah, he's gonna poke himself with the bayonet.
There you go. Have a little NPC card. I did change that he's not dwarven. That says he's dwarvish. He is not. He's human. Okay. He just works a lot with dwarven.
So you're gonna stab yourself with a bayonet?
They're expecting a dead body. I'm not gonna
What?
be actually
What?
dead.
No. What?
Well,
If they have a dead body, then they're gonna fucking kill him. They were like, oh, what? So you fucking killed him?
oh, I thought that that you told them.
They hired Kavati. As far as they know, they don't know you're a turncoat.
No, I know that. But they thought you shot their man or something, right? Wasn't that? Did I
They thought
misunderstand
I
that?
shot you because they asked, what was that? And I said, the idiot you hired.
Right. So they're expecting him. I thought they were expecting him to be shot. Am I wrong?
Well, yeah,
Yes, but they
but
might not
proving
be
them
happy
right
about
is not a smart move.
Oh, okay. I don't know if. All right. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Fine. I'm not gonna fire again. I'll just hold my turn, I guess.
Okay, I'm just kind of confused. So, what are you going for? Like,
Well, I mean, I was gonna play the bunny, but now I'm just gonna hold my turn. If you think you're better off,
Yeah, I think.
I think showing that you're alive is probably going to have a better chance of diplomacy than acting like you're dead and that we just killed you in cold blood.
So what are you hoping that they're going to think about who you shot then?
yeah, that's kind of what I'm curious about.
Well,
That's why I was
thought
offering my
explain that he shot at some ants because he thought that a gun was a good weapon to do that. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of confused about the whole situation now.
Yeah, you told them that you shot an idiot, so now you're going to...
No, I meant like it was an idiot that was like shot at the ants because that's what he.
Ah, right. I thought you were saying, what was that gunshot? That idiot that you hired, as in you killed that idiot.
No, it was the idiot you hired that was shooting at the ants.
That makes more
which
sense.
I think. Okay.
I'm with you now.
Okay.
And I think
Yeah,
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, so I obviously didn't make that very
I thought you were
clear.
like talking up how
understood.
badass you were. Like, that idiot you hired out front, that was him dying.
Oh, I totally see how you guys could have done that now. Yeah. Now
yeah,
I'm
okay.
understanding how. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it was all just a misunderstanding. We can all go have drinks and laugh about.
Then yeah, I guess I'll just hold my turn, I suppose, or just pass, I guess.
I don't know, like, game, it's your character, but do you want to maybe pipe up and say, yes, like, that you're not dead, or...
No, say you're dead. No, I'm dead.
Yeah, I'll just you know what? Yeah, to the shout out. Yeah, no, I'm dead. I'm definitely dead. And that'll be it.
Yay.
Oh dear. Alright, Dimitri, on your turn, the radical eschatology, the scat boys, they say to you, so you were granted access here? How did you know about it? And one of them, he's going to roll streetwise, because he might recognize you. Yeah, the radical 10 He says, "This looks like that RHC officer. This looks like the one that was... Didn't they burn
Sounded
down an
horns.
entire town?" And the other one goes, "Really? That was you?" And he steps forwards with his shotgun out in front, takes a few steps forwards towards you. And then he puts his shotgun down and reaches out his hand. "Welcome. You've done good work."
I like this guy.
It's true.
I,
True.
Dmitri, at your service? Oh dear.
You're in, man.
Told you it would work.
Oh shit.
Right, all of you get bit by the few remaining ants.
Yep.
Nope, not that hard though.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because Tribro probably needs it. 10 HP.
Resource wise?
Crucial 2, you know?
Hey man.
Gonna be
Every
very
little
necessary.
Yeah, every little bit counts.
I just
Don't know
I
what
still
you
have my
mean.
sword. Can I just be stabbing them with my feet, like squishing them?
I'm gonna say yes.
Hmm.
Alright, so with the ants dealt with, the skeleton's not attacking and the eschatologist is not attacking. Dimitri, what are you doing?
I would say I would like to talk to Grund and Zubov. I have many questions.
They smile. Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all? Unfortunately, this man is not here at the moment. He is out carrying out the remainder of the plans. Please, you must tell us. And I'm sure we're already confident in all of his plans to be 5 steps ahead of the law enforcement anyway, but just how dumb, how far and how backwards are the police?
Oh, they are
Pretty
they
dumb.
Are, they are pretty dumb. You would not believe the incompetence of some of its members.
They're convinced. Dimitri is basically speaking truth right now, so I'm not going to even get you to roll a deception or a bluff. You'll be speaking from the heart, I imagine.
Look at me and Tribro go, hey!
And they say, so, unfortunately he's not here, as we say. He's off, well, putting the next part of the plan in motion. So unfortunately you might have to return after the 11th. He should be back by then.
Very well. What may I ask? What are the preparations been made? How can I assist?
They say, well, if there's any word in the police or in the RHC about the boat coming in tomorrow evening, try and redirect them. Give them as much time to cause as much havoc as possible. And then the other one sort of comes over and is like, perhaps we have just met. Perhaps it is best if we don't fully share all of the plans, of course. And he looks to you with like a questioning glance. Like, you wouldn't want to know it all, would you, RHC boy?
You sound like you trust. Do we need to burn down the rest of the city?
They smile. That's the plan. And
Oh.
the one that's less trustworthy of you says, anyway, we should return to sleep. We have much preparations to continue with in the workshop. You would do well to leave and come back after tomorrow night. Once the chaos has died down somewhat, I imagine.
Very well. Quick question. Is there any chance we could just like walk away, wait about an hour or so till they're asleep, then maybe stealth in and just fucking stealth the rest of them all?
Could try. I mean, it'd be hard to arrest skeletons, but there's only 2 dwarves that you can see here. There are 2
What
doors
just
on the
try?
side of the room that seem to lead to 2 other areas. They are currently shut.
I'm thinking if we could take these guys quietly, it would probably be good.
I'm gonna say roll me a stealth check then. So you guys scooch down the sewers and come back in a little while. Let's get a stealth check. A group stealth check, that is.
So this is the sort of thing like half of us have to win or something, is it?
Yes.
In the tower?
So many successes before so many failures. In the tower, yes please.
That's it's dexterity. Duh.
Alright, 3 successes, 2 failures.
Was I a failure?
I'm not telling. It's like the firing squad thing, right? Like one person is blanks. So they can all believe that they've got the blanks. Alright, so yeah, you guys come back and they're eventually back in their cots. However, as soon as you enter the room, you can get to either side of them. So say there's like 2 of you per person ready to arrest them. And Kvadi's sort of standing watch. As soon as you grab them to arrest them and try to slap on the mage cuffs, the skeletons, which I literally meant skeletons, sorry, they sort of leap to their defenses. You've got these people are going to be unable to move or attack as long as both of you are holding them down. If one of you lets go, they will be able to try and break free from the other. And the skeletons are going to attack you. So, it's up to you what you are going to do currently. I will say that you guys could have removed the shotguns that were nearby, so they do not have their shotguns.
Cool. How long would it take to get the mage cuffs on?
You can put them on with 2 standard actions. 1 for each hand. You have to wrestle the wrist into the cuff.
I mean, do they really need hands?
I mean, some of us don't.
So, I'll
Could-
get initiative as well, and then you guys can decide what you're doing.
Oh yeah, it is new initiative, isn't it? Since we kind of had a. Also, I've got to say, who knew that burning down half the city would turn out to be beneficial?
Not the 10,000 or so people that died.
I've been an advocate for it this whole time.
Put me back down to 18. I accidentally double clicked it. Or triple clicked it.
Down to 18, sorry.
18. Yeah.
Alright. Dimitri,
Yeah,
you've got this guy's right side.
Yep, I'm gonna be trying to cuff him.
Okay, so you spend a standard action getting the cuff on one of his hands.
Yep.
Any other actions this turn?
Not at this point.
Okay. Trabro, what do you want to do? Also, I'll take the slowed weakened and damage I'm going off.
Cool. I guess I'll try and put cuffs on this guy.
Okay, so you spend your standard action doing the same? Alright.
Can I use Mage Hand to do the other cuff?
You can spend an action point to do it. It'll still take a standard action each side. Because the mage hand's not really good. So it'd still take all of your focus to do it.
I'll action point to do both.
Okay. The action point you'd get. This eschatologist is mage cuffed. So I will make him yellow just to show. Oh, no, wrong one. Here we go. Next up, the skeleton is going to leap to his defense straight at Serena. What does he do? Actually, I'm not going to leap there. For a moment, Serena, a wispy figure appears between you and the skeleton. The memory of a creature that died long ago in these tunnels. It beckons you and tries to draw you near. I'm so close to a 20. Come the fuck up. Alright. So, fails its charm. This one, however, is going to straight attack Dimitri. It just reaches forward with its mouth and misses. Yay. This one is going to move up and attack Orzhov.
Sweet.
Hitting.
Ouch.
Nearly 9 damage.
Alright, I'm gonna do Price on Violence, which will blind it as a reaction.
Okay.
So that was 40, which is... Oh wait, I've got to roll it.
Alright. She's blinded. Oh, you blinded the last one. Do you want to do the one that did Orzhov or the one that did Serena? I just did the other one's turn while you were doing that. Which one do you want to blind?
I thought I did. I guess 40. I thought did the one hit or?
Yep.
2 of them hit. One hit Orzhov, one hit Serena.
Yeah, so we'll do that one then.
Okay, cool. So it's blinded. Orzhov, you're up.
So, I guess I'll mark the ones around me.
Okay.
And can I spend my action trying to cuff the other hand, or is it 2 of Dimitri's
yeah,
action?
No. Just one from each of you is fine.
Yep, I'll wrestle his arm into the handcuffs.
Cool. So he is cuffed as well. Alright. Any other actions this turn?
No.
Okay, Brady, you're up.
He has nothing other than snipe, and I don't want to shoot, so he's just gonna. Nope, because there's only 2 guys here, and there's probably more down here.
All right.
He's gonna. Let's see, where is he? Right there. He'll take aim at the skeleton and hold action, I guess, but he's not gonna. So pass.
All right. So what is the trigger of your action gonna be?
I guess if another dwarf or terrorist shows up, I'll shoot him.
Okay. Next up, the radical tries to struggle out of the cuffs. I believe they do have an escape, right? The mage cuffs.
DC something, I think.
Yeah.
I have some right here.
Here we go. Uses any magical power and deals 10 damage to the wearer. Mage cuffs can only be applied to helpless or willing creatures of small medium size. Doesn't say anything about it. No, I think.
Sweet. All right, so he is going to struggle against them, but be unable to break out of them. As is the other one. They've got actually no magical abilities. Serena, you're up. You guys do hear some movement from the southern 2 rooms. You're unsure what it is.
She's gonna step forward.
Yep.
That was very close to a 3.
Alright, skeleton's dead.
Step back. And that's her turn.
Alright, as that skeleton dies, like a wisp of smoky energy comes out from its body and slides under the bottom gap of the door behind.
Oh. Uh-oh.
At the top of the round, the 2 doors below burst open, revealing the rooms beyond. You don't see much of them, but what you do see is a horde of skeletons pushing through both of the doors.
Hey, at least it's not the horde of the Dragon Queen.
Couldn't. Yeah, you see a horde of the Dragon Queen. You're stuck for 6 months in a perpetual caravan.
Oh no!
8 times.
8 times.
Suggestion. Shall we run?
Run into
running
them head first? Yeah.
Okay. The doors, like the white doors and stuff, are we able to, like, are they closable?
Possibly, but there's no way that you can see that they can be locked.
Wow, I've just thought, what if we run back to the entrance, we then put in the wrong password in the door, and activate the traps behind?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You want to activate the threshold trap or whatever, the frost one, right?
Yeah.
I can get there real fast.
Yes. I guess I'll say, run to the other side of the password door. I'll basically, yeah, and tell them that, and I guess, can I run my full movement? Well, I guess with dragging the radical, like, how's
I'd
this
say
gonna
it's
work?
going to make you slowed to drag him with you. So you'll be speed 2.
That's
Because he's not going to be
work.
coming with you willingly.
Yeah. What if we got like one of us on each sort of shoulder of them, and just basically both of us just drag them?
I'd say if one of you makes an endurance or an athletics check and succeeds, then you guys can move together at full speed.
Is everybody on board with the plan, or you guys just want to duke it out the old-fashioned way?
Tempted to duke it out.
I mean, these guys are cuffed. They're not going anywhere. So the skeletons will probably just chase us.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it'd be really fun to see them all just get killed by the nasty trap.
Plus, I mean, we could leave these guys behind, then come back once everything's dead.
There is one other thing though, like the dwarves mentioned a forge or whatever. And if this is like a safe house, I'm sure there's more than 2 guys here. And if a trap goes off, they may have a way of monitoring that, or maybe it'll be loud. It could let them know that there's something going on.
I think melee with, I think like the cat's going to be out of the bag in any way, because there's no way we're going to kill a horde of skeletons without making a shitload of noise.
Yeah, I suppose.
I just sort of think that'd be a good sort of defensible point, and then yeah.
Sure. Yeah, make a choke point. Yeah, I'm fine. Sounds good to me.
So what's the plan?
Murder.
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 Okay, do we want to do a vote, or like, I'm happy to do either way, but
I mean, I'm all for using their traps against them. So yeah, I'll throw my vote in.
okay, so I guess it's endurance check. What do you say, endurance or strength check?
Or athletics, yeah. Okay. Give the check.
Alright, I guess I'll do an endurance. Can I?
Yeah, no, that'll be fine. So you guys will get, say, 5 squares that way. Oh, you'd probably get to here because you can't stop in a friend's space. You got him coming up past Serena. Alright, Charbro, you're up.
Alright, I guess I'll roll an athletics.
Alright. And also, I'll count that as your movement as well for your turn, your movement.
Yeah, sweet.
What was a success?
15 is fine, yeah.
Did I hit the button on the rocket belt?
Whilst holding on to him?
Yes.
Okay, Serena, roll me an athletics or acrobatics check. Acrobatics if you're going to let go. Athletics if you're trying to hold on.
Wait, me?
Serena, who's holding on to the other side of the radical that Charbro's holding onto.
Oh, I did not realize I was.
Okay,
Well, no, because he moved and fought.
True, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Charbro, yep. You, straight into the wall at that end. Because you can't steer
And
that,
then
can you?
no. Then I'll downgrade my standard to another move.
Hang on, you're going to take some damage from that, aren't you?
I
You take 2d10 damage
Dude,
and stop moving if you
take 16.
Oh, good. My 2 temporary.
I'm not targeting myself, that's why.
You should have arranged the prisoner to act as a cushion.
Why
Why are you doing it again?
Why did
I'm downgrading my standard to another move.
Rip.
And because I'm now bloodied, I get to free shift some distance.
So that was how many squares that one? 11, right?
Another 11.
Wait, do you get 2d10 movement or is it 1d10 movement?
2d10.
You fly 2d10 and then 4. Oh, yeah. It's if you roll 1 on 1d10. Okay.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's right, we said you could change it from upwards to be across if you always took the damage. 'Cause you
And
skid along. So as you pass through the portcullis, having not pressed the buttons on the other side to stop it.
oh, there's doors. Buttons,
Yeah,
right.
This is the trap. The two ends of it slam down, and you collapse into the middle of the hallway, with the two portcullises here and here now closed. But as you get to the bottom, let me just. Actually, I'm going to say, because you're going through fast enough, roll me acrobatics to see if you tumbled through the door. 15 will get you through, 20 will get you and him through. Nice, you get you and him through. Okay, so the trap has now closed, however, from both ends.
I didn't know there was windows on both sides.
No one checked?
Sweet, time to murder.
Not necessarily. You could open it from the other side. If you
For
wanted to.
sensibility.
Does he
So,
know the door?
because because I got bloodied, I get an extra 3 squares of movement as an immediate reaction.
Yep, I'll allow you to punch in the code if you want to for your movement instead. No, you're just going to keep going? Alright. I'm just going to check. This guy's going to be taking the same damage as you. And he is also bloodied. Alright, so is that your turn, Trevor?
Yes.
Alright. For some reason, Kaya and Gathan are there. So the skeletons are going to give chase. I'm just going to do all of their turns on one. So they're going to move up. Going to dogpile in on all of yous. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 bite attacks on both Serena and Dimitri. So 1 hit on Serena, and then 3 on Dimitri.
Oh.
It's alright, minion criticals don't mean anything.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were minion.
So Dimitri does take 18 damage, however. And the ones at the back are going to attempt to... oh man, they suck. Drag you guys back. Oh, Dimitri! Your first action, so your move action, has to be spent trying to stay close to the skeletons as they try to make you join them. So you'll have to use your standard action as a move to go. What's up,
Such a
Vera?
bad position. I want to be where they are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will use minor action to cast Fey Guardian and chuck it. How do I do a square? Drawings. Fuck it. Okay. There. I accidentally entered drawing mode, so.
Good job.
Yeah. And it will do its mark thing against everyone. I'll use Nature's Wrath, so I'll mark that. That also means it marks around where the fairy is. Which means I get something that I haven't gotten for ages, so I can't even remember where it is. Oh yeah, Courage of the Lone Stag. And now I have to. Nope, it's not that one. This one? Nope. Oh, Gale Shrike. This guy. Does that damage? And each enemy marked by you, other than the target, takes damage equal to my con modifier.
Nice.
Nice.
Damn, dude, where'd he go?
Oh, feels good finally using that shit.
Smash, smash, smash. Lashes of lightning going out, thunder and storm tearing apart the skeletons. Nice.
I'll shift up there and go boom, boom, boom.
Very good. Okay, that's your turn. Is that your turn? That's what I'm asking, sorry.
Yep.
Sweet. Kabati.
I mean, shit, is there any point being quiet now?
Yeah, I think the cat's out of the bag. And now that the support colour's down, I think Plan A's out the window.
Yeah.
These guys are going down pretty easy, so.
Yeah, alright. He's gonna boom! Start picking off the ones closest, I guess. So that's one shot, and that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Alright, the radicalists stuck. Serena.
Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. That's totally useless on a minion, alright.
But you get to feel good.
That's true.
Dead. As.
Oh, wait, hold on. There you go.
28 times its life.
Hell yeah. And that'll be your turn.
Not happy with just 22.
No, buddy, I need more deeps.
Rylar is not here either.
Why am I still on the combat tracker?
No, it's because I'm hiding you as opposed to moving you off the tracker. So
Oh, okay.
when I unrevealed all of the NPCs, it revealed all of you guys too. Dimitri, so spending your standard action, staying next to the skeletons.
Wait, so
Oh, sorry, your
I
move
have
action,
to
your
spend
move
a.
action. You have to spend your move action staying there.
Yeah, I think the plan go through the traps is out the window, so I'm just gonna do a death shadow.
I mean, I'm pretty sure when all the zombies summon, they probably know something's up.
And I miss.
Even though they're dead, your pacifism shines through.
Is it really fair to make them die yet again?
Yes.
So, knowing that there's letters on both sides of the trap now, do I see some on the wall here?
No, they're on the archways themselves.
Okay, so I'll free shift one.
Alright.
Is the archway in both squares, or that one square extra to the...
Consider either of them. You can reach it.
Okay, I press the buttons.
What buttons do you press, guy who doesn't know Dwarvish?
Exact the same order that he pushed them in.
Roll me a perception. Let's see if you were paying attention when he did it.
Oh no! You got this, man.
Paying heaps
Alright,
of perception.
Saying heaps of perceptionisms. You press the buttons and there's a clunk similar to the first clunk. You feel like you've got the right ones.
Okay, now I'll roll athletics, I guess, to carry the guy.
You'll be moving at slowed this turn.
So that's half my speed,
No, that's speed 2.
and I gain +2 for being bloodied. So I move 4.
Does your... no, slowed still leaves you at 2, no matter what your speed was.
Darn.
Yeah. So he's digging in his heels quite a bit more, and it's hard to pull him through the portcullis, but you do. As you step in, psych! They drop! No, they don't. The trap does not trigger. You're fine moving into it. Alright, next up is the skeletons. So they're going to make an attack. Orzhov, Serena, Dimitri. So
Damn, Dimitri.
only Dimitri gets hit once.
Getting crit all over the place. At least it's just minions.
And
Yeah.
now it is Orzhov's turn.
Fine. Trabro's done more damage to himself in this encounter than I've taken.
Yeah.
Yep.
I moved the furry there. I don't know. I can. Okay. And then I'll use my nature's right. Take off bomb. Boom. 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 And then don't have any other abilities that work just as well, so I'll temple us. So this guy. Whoops. That was, and then that one. I had to move. Perfect. That'll be it. Be like,
Nice.
hold on, Dimitri. I'll help you.
Alright. Vardy and Serena.
Oh. Butts. So that's 2, and that'll be both their turns.
Alright. We'll say at the end of this round, you guys finish off the last couple, and you're out of combat. The last 2 die, because there's 2 more minions in there. We don't need to go through another round for that. Yeah, you finish them off well before they're able to get in another final strike. Trabro, you'd probably get your guy a little bit further if you wanted to make your way through to the exit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've just basically left the group behind and beelining to the exit at this point. The group that's now out there with this guy, are you guys just straight leaving with him as well?
Should we explore, see how much more's around?
Probably.
It
a
might
good
be
idea.
worth.
At
Yeah.
least the forge.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Try to find more ideas on the exact details of their plan.
Alright, so in the 2 rooms that are off the side, you see that One of them is a workshop. Workbenches have been arranged along the walls of this room, filled with small mechanical pieces, gear, weapon scopes of different shapes and sizes, and several casks of fire dust. This room looks to be where the radicals designed their bombs and crafted several of the specialty weapons that you've seen around, like the snipers and whatnot. The other room is a meeting room, and inside this chamber are several haphazardly arranged tables and chairs. The tables are littered with newsletters, notes, pictures, and maps. Several charts and maps of Flint are also affixed to the walls in this room and are clearly part of some large plan.
Yeah, we should grab everything and maybe just blow this place.
Alright, so there's a handout I need to give you.
You mentioned something about blowing this place. Should we
No.
realize where this place might be underneath before we think of that idea?
No, I refuse to think.
If someone wants to bring me those casks of fire dust, though,
Listen, we gotta keep our cover as terrorists.
So, hang on, there's a couple of handouts to give. I will copy them in just this this moment.
Sure, yep.
My program is
So-
broken. Resetting.
So it was just these two that were left down here.
Yeah.
That probably means, yeah.
There's not a lot of fire bombs around, I assume, as well. Because that does not bode well then.
It's
Well,
just a shitload.
to be fair, a good amount of them would have got taken out during the first attack, and I imagine, yeah, pretty much everyone else will be going to the ship. I guess it's going to be Cold Tongue round 2.
Or it could be you're just saying yeah, okay, yep, I got you. As in, yeah, the fight we had on the Cold Tongue, correct. Words that appear out of my mouth when I should just stop talking. They use like something like a half a dozen bombs just for that newspaper place alone, right?
So, most of the valuable
lot of
information that can be found in the meeting room, and even under a brief analysis of the documents within, reveals that the radicals were awaiting a large shipment by boat from the Draco border of the city of Isfeld, YSFELD. Based off the departing location of the shipment, you guys aren't really too sure what is of note in the area, but I will take Arcana or Nature checks for those familiar with the local fauna and flora and the people and things that are around there. DC 19. Also, we no longer need to use the tunnels map. We're out of combat down there.
Of course, the assassin knows that stuff about poisons.
Yep. And actually, Dimitri, I'll give you a +5, so you'll have it as well, because you're familiar with Draco somewhat.
Okay.
So you guys, Serena and Dimitri, realize that the site that boat is coming from is a hotbed of Malice beasts, the misshapen monsters that live in the magically unstable region known as the Malice Lands. The documents that you guys read imply the ship will arrive into Flint Harbour on the night of Spring 10, so tomorrow, and that the dwarves were intending to meet it at Golden Point, the western transfer station between the red subrail line and the orange line.
Well,
A second set of documents seems to be city maps, each of them from a different decade and each of them traced with the routes of the modern subrail lines. Could I get a dungeoneering check to figure out some information about this?
Rolling shit on the skills I actually have decent pluses on.
Well, you still got the check actually, Orzov, so you couldn't have failed that.
Wow.
nah.
Okay, so you pass through these maps of different decades that maps that aren't shown on the current rails that aren't shown on the current maps but are shown on the older maps, depict several hidden tunnels, rail tunnels, leading into the newly constructed subrail stations. Also present on the table is an envelope, its seal broken, addressed to Bridget Coulson at Flint Tribune.
I think we should give this Bridget a visit.
So, what is there a letter there? Can we read it, or is it gone?
Oh, that's a good question. It does say I can give a letter, but I don't have a letter. It doesn't have any of the handout.
B.
B?
That's a letter to give.
So this will be the paper that the building got blown up and was mysteriously deserted.
Possibly. Okay, sorry. The letter was an invitation to send a reporter to the opening ceremony of a new subrail stop, Sharon M. Baker Station, which is Red Line Station 4. And that's due to open up shortly. So that's what you guys find in the meeting room. If you guys need me to copy any of that or say it again after, I can go through what information you had if you want to keep notes. The workshop, a sweep of this workshop area reveals that the radicals were in the process of constructing something far larger than the previous fire dust explosives that you saw in the Pardwhite district. Anyone who's a spellcaster or anyone that has training in alchemy or Arcana can try to make sense of the magical elements of the devices that were made here. So go ahead and roll Arcana if you are trained in it, or if you're a class or have a background in alchemy.
If it specifically lists Arcana under skills for Serena, does that mean she's trained in it?
Yes.
Balls.
I will allow you to use your hero points on this if you want to, because you were with the main party. So
Where's our anus when you need him?
oh, that's what you needed. So you're able to identify the components made and used, and some of them that are still lying around, and you deduce that the newly constructed super bomb would not be as easily triggered as the previous fire dust casts that you found in Pardwhite District. Instead, such a device would need to be triggered on site and require some kind of countdown to activate all the necessary alchemical and magical reactions. However, the resulting explosion would be several orders of magnitude larger. Based on the amount of materials that seem to have been present here and some of the formula inscribbled or on bits of stray paper or around the place, you determine that once the elements were combined, it would take exactly 26 minutes and 18 seconds for it to explode. The force itself would be enough to level a couple of city blocks, and it's clear that whatever was being constructed here has already been completed, and that these parts are leftovers or prototype test bits that were not cleaned up afterwards.
Uh-oh.
So which city are we burning down this time?
Take it for when we fight Logan Cow.
It's not here, remember. This is.
I mean, the plans.
Oh,
the
right.
plans. We'll just make another one.
We should take the plans anyway, so we know how to disarm it. Does it have advice on deactivating or making it not activate until it's ready to activate?
Say that again.
Does the plans
He's wanting
have
to know if it can disarm it. Looking at it, that's how it worked. Keep all lightning and similar magic away from the device till ready to activate it. So that's probably do the opposite of what we want.
Yeah, with the plan you've got, you would be able to disarm it. However, with the plan you've got, you know it would be incredibly involved to do so, and not a very simple matter. It would take multiple steps to stop each of the reactions and reagents from continuing the cataclysmic response.
If we've got time, we may be able to evacuate the area. We've sort of got a reasonable idea of where it likely is.
I mean, this sounds like it's a pretty fucking huge bomb, though.
Do you have
Yeah.
a
I mean-
reasonable idea of where it is?
Well,
In the city of Flint.
the place, the place where the reporter was told to go might be a good place to start. And I guess we've got all these abandoned subway tunnels to go through. And so, what's the deal with the shipment? The ship coming in. The ship's basically just them getting more supplies.
No.
Can you shut the door?
I'm going to say that you are going to, yeah, playing.
Dan, can you shut the door?
She's playing Apex Legends, and someone shut the door on her.
And you didn't shut the door.
No,
a good game.
someone shut the door on her, so she laughed about it. She was saying she shut the door on me.
Just remember that next time, if you accidentally shut the door on her, that, last time she laughed about it.
Yeah, she can't get mad at you next time.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
Yes?
Okay, well,
Yes.
you guys say so.
Okay, so your question, what you were saying, sorry, can we go back to that? I got distracted. The boat,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So, what's the deal with the boat? It's coming in. It's got a bunch of shit from the Malice lands. Yeah. I'm just a bit confused about what the deal with it is. Like, it's.
So,
they're
you
going
talk
to
with
meet it or
Kvati,
something.
And you talk with the two eschatologists that you've captured. And through talking with Kvati of what he's heard, the little bits he's heard, and through what you get from the radicals, basically gloating about their plan that you're too late to stop. The boat is some sort of distraction. It is providing the means for causing a distraction for the plan itself to occur successfully.
Which would be the mega bomb.
Right. So, we've got enough time. We could probably get, like, the Impossible or something to intercept the boat before it gets to there. And then we, haul ass and try and find the actual. And we're probably going to have to deal with an angry elf dude, too.
Why?
Because
mean?
we've blown them off for a day. And, we kind of need to stop the city block from blowing up. So, that's probably going to be tomorrow.
So the boat itself is arriving tomorrow night.
Yep.
Which
So we
makes
can
you
spend
think
the
that
day.
probably the plan is going to happen at the same time or just afterwards.
Yeah. But still, if we get the Impossible to like intercept the boat like well before it reaches the port, that would probably be one thing we can do to try and stuff up the plan.
Okay.
And I imagine we'd probably want to try and find the bomb, before it's the 11th hour.
Are we not Jack Powers? Can we cross-reference the old subway maps of the band tunnels to see if there's a tunnel that overlaps underneath or on top of where the news station's gonna be is built?
I mean, eventually all rails lead to various news stations. Is there something in particular you're wanting to look for?
Like if it's underneath, so they could plant it underneath the train station, so it blows up, caves in the above. So not that it leads to it, but it's physically in the same location, just underneath it. Get what I mean?
So you're wanting to blow up something to stop?
No. Because I thought, aren't they? I thought they were blowing up a train station.
Well, all you know so far is they've got a whole bunch of maps of various train stations and train lines and hidden lines that aren't on the normal map. And you've got a time period of how long this bomb will take from activation to explode.
There was in the news about opening up a new train line, right?
Yes. The new subrail stop, Sharon M. Baker Station, which
Yeah.
currently
So I want to
isn't
see
open.
if one
Is
of
that
those
the
old
one
maps,
with the? Sorry.
I want to see on the old maps if there's one of the old tunnels that are either underneath or above that train station.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes.
Yes, I think we should focus our search for there because
Yeah. Is this
That
the
makes
same?
sense.
Is this the same station mentioned in the letter to the press?
yeah.
This seems like a likely spot.
So Red Line Station 4 is the underground rail, and that's nearish the new station build. That's right. Red Line Station 4 is the new station that's been built.
Red Line Station is?
Getting the red line.
Must suggest bank robbery in addition to doomsday.
So, I wonder, I mean, are they really buying into this whole end of the world thing, or is it just a distraction for something else?
They seem pretty crazy. Why does our cult offer no burly woman in afterlife? If this will be the end, should prepare in this life.
Can't stop horny, man.
Target area 500 meters, 250 pi, but only 240 hours. Will still bankrupt us. Interesting. But I think we've probably got plenty of time to get this one, averted. Thankfully.
So one of the things as well, the and I need to recon because I told you wrong. The eschatologists say that the boat is bringing in the means for the distraction tomorrow. However, the distraction itself is not set for tomorrow. It's set for the 12th, which indicates when the bomb is. Sorry, so the timeline is 2 days longer than what you're currently working with.
Okay.
That's
Yep.
good.
So I
That's
got
good.
tons of time. I take it that tonight will be when I get the letter from Eshkatol too. Is it? I think you said it's on the 9th. I get that. We're currently on the 9th.
You're on the 9th, yes.
Yep. So I imagine when I get back from the RHC, I'll get that letter, which I don't think it really had a lot of info. Had a bit of background info about maybe who might have sort of helped, helped out Grundon.
Sort of confirming some of the things you've already figured out. Alright, so what are you guys doing from here? It is the late evening. You've dealt with the safe house. Kvarti is offering to join you to help stop Zubov, continuing even beyond the pay you've offered him. He doesn't know how to reach the sect leader, but he knows they had a meeting planned at the docks for the night of the 10th, the next day. And he describes the group as a doomsday cult, and then corrects himself, doomsday's cult. Multiple days of doom. And I'm here to help you
Holy
stop.
shit.
Holy shit, indeed.
So does anyone yes? Tell him yes? No? Tell him no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
we tell him, yeah.
Okay. Alright. Who would you say he's the most friendly with? Or who's the most friendly with him?
Probably Dimitri at this point.
Don't know. We're talking about I don't know if Dimitri's really super friendly with him per se.
All right. Does anyone particularly want to become more friendly with him?
Sure, since I'm into guns and he's a sniper, why not?
Aw, good man. When you specifically talk about guns with him, he quite excitedly shows you a new idea he has for some runes to go on his weapon, inspired by the eschatologist he's been spending some time with. And he offers to imbue one of your pistols with an enchantment.
Yes. Yes, the word yes.
Alright. So, one of your pistols is now a +3 eschatologist's weapon.
Alright. What does that mean exactly?
That means its critical is now 1d8 cold damage per plus, or 1d12 cold damage per plus against creatures that were undead. And the weapon itself cannot deal non-lethal damage. While holding the weapon, you gain fire resistance equal to 3 plus 6, because it's twice the weapon's enhancement. So you have 9 fire resist. And you may have all untyped damage dealt by that weapon become cold damage, or frost damage. And it's got 2 powers, which you can read, but I'll share it with you, so you can add that stuff to your weapon.
Thank you. I fucking replaced my frost hand crossbow with the frost hand pistol. Alright.
Doesn't have to be a pistol, actually. You can make it your crossbow as well. He just
Oh, no.
talks about guns.
Oh, yeah, I wanna focus on my pistols. I think that's. I mean, why else would I be a gunsmith?
Sweet. You cannot lift this weapon easily. Only once you ponder that it might end a life, and you come to terms with that, it is light enough to carry. You cannot deal non-lethal damage with that weapon at all.
Okay. That's fine. I don't usually deal non-lethal damage with my pistols anyway.
And it can,
All about the pew pew pew.
it can turn off fires and shit. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty damn cool, actually.
Okay, so end of the evening, you guys return to the RHC. I assume with your prisoners to put them in the jail.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, you reunite with Aranis and... Ooh, I just stuck a fucking letter in a fan and it made a noise. And you get a catch up for what went on with them for the day, and their success with or against Lorcan-Kel's guild. And you guys decide what you want to do for the evening.
So we check out some of this phase ship.
Bear in mind, if you're going out in the evening, you will not have an extended rest, unless you have it in the morning or tomorrow day is going.
How spent are people? Because I think I've
Barely
got
spent.
most of my stuff.
Riley's
Yeah, you
completely-
did a.
Your B team is quite spent because they only have 1 healing surge. So
Right.
the little bit of damage that they can recover is not much.
Well, B team can have a rest. I mean, they're just the B team. They babies.
true.
They need more rest.
How are you looking, Try Bro?
I can healing surge myself up.
Yeah. Is everybody pretty good on dailies and shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who needs sleep? Let's power on odds.
The city does not wait for sleep.
The city that does not sleep. Alright, so I will give an extended rest just to the terrible people. The P team. Remove the astrologists. And they are gone for now. Alright, Riley's back. Aranis is probably going to have a sleep too then, I guess. Since he's been busy.
Yeah.
Alright, so the morning of the 10th comes around.
Wait.
Did we,
Yeah, where are we going now?
yeah, I can't remember. Did we see the results of his actions and busting heads? Did we do that last session? Or were we supposed to do it today?
I feel like we did it last session, didn't we?
I know we got another strike, and yeah, because now we can't get any more strikes from
You did the
drug deals.
illicit transactions. You maxed them out. Because
Yeah, we
were
can only
stopping
do-
all of them.
Yeah, I can only do strongholds now, which is not going to be fun.
So all our dues have been spent?
For the day, yes. Because you've done... This is only the end of the second day, and you've done 2 days worth of guys. So yes, that's correct. Trying to see what map I actually put all that shit on.
So, are we... I guess when we get back to the RHC, are we able to, like, order the, the Impossible or the Navy or whatever to intercept that fucking distraction?
You want to send the Navy to do it?
The Impossible is the fastest ship in the fleet.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the captain's bros with us, right? It's pretty broy.
Yeah, I mean, isn't the Impossible
Rutger
like our
Smith?
ship?
It's an RHC ship, but yeah, Rutger Smith
Yeah.
is a good friend of yours.
Seems like it's an easy enough part of the plot to deal with. Then, yeah, I guess we try and look into this Fae shit, and hopefully we've got time tomorrow to also check under the...
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so the Impossible is dispatched. Well, remember, the ship's only due to arrive tomorrow evening, so when do you want to dispatch the Impossible?
No, I think, like, might as well get it when it's, like, well out, like, into the, I mean, I guess we could probably,
Shut
do
down
it tomorrow morning or something, I guess, but...
Bear in mind, there will be... it probably would have joined a regular shipping channel by this point. So it'd be... unless you know more information about the specific ship that's coming, you're going to be wanting the Impossible to stop every ship that's on its way into Flint on the eve of a peace summit from many nations.
Yes.
Well, do ships
do we not have the details of what the ship is?
No.
And do ships have origin flags in this? Like, it might have the flag of its nation that it's come from. They could help limit it
If
down.
we go to the port, there should be like, documents saying what's expected to come into the harbour and shit.
There may be some, definitely, but also there's no like sort of long-range naval communication, so there's no way to know every ship that's coming in. It is still sailboats and whatnot. Still flag communications a lot of the time.
I think as a precaution, for the safety of the peace summit, we should stop all shipping traffic.
That come from that nation.
Yeah, but aren't we supposed to be keeping this like down low as to not affect the summit?
And also, you'll be stopping a lot of the dignitaries of the summit.
Yeah.
A lot of the summit people themselves from attending.
It's
Like
for
a-
their own safety, so they don't get murdered at the summit.
Trying to cancel
Right,
the peace
but-
summit.
Yeah, we're trying not to stop the peace summit.
I would even go so far as to say that the king will override your orders if you were to attempt that. Just as he was overriding you making any movement on Lyra, even though you knew that she was involved with the Ob.
Yeah. Well, we know. Okay, so we know this ship is. Wait, is this the one that's coming from the Malisons or
Yes.
Draco?
Well, Draco is next to the Melis lands, right?
Right. So, and these guys are extremists from that nation, so it stands to reason that it would be coming on one of their ships. Logically, I guess.
Yeah, it sounds like they probably got a cargo full of malice beasts. Like, I do get the feeling it. I get the feeling that if we dispatch the impossible right away, get them to start searching shipping traffic. I imagine it shouldn't be too hard to find the right one.
Isn't it spirit shamans can find malice beasts or sense? Or is that something? No, it's witch oil. Never mind. Though
Shadowrun at first.
That last malice beast we fought was full of witch oil. So surely we've got some other spirit shamans in the RHC.
Is the what's his name out of rehab? Who was your first character?
Morsha.
Morsha, he was one, wasn't he?
He was. I'm sure he's on duties.
What do you want Morsha to do?
We send him out on the impossible because he can sense witch oil.
Yeah.
And the last malice beast we fought was full of witch oil. He might be able to pick up what ship it is.
But yeah, if it sounds like there might be a little trouble identifying the right ship, probably getting the impossible out there sooner than rather than later is a good idea.
Okay, so you get the impossible. They will go at 3 a.m. in the morning once the crew is all gathered and ready to go. So a couple of hours from now. So what do you guys want to do for the rest of the evening?
Did we want to set out for the cloud? Was it the cloud tops we were going to, or
Probably should do something for the elves.
Yeah.
The Fae.
yeah, or otherwise, do we just try and carry on? Like, do we try and just check underneath the subway station?
Maybe a bit too early if it's 2 days out. Maybe it's not. But my character would prefer to go to the cloud tops.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing?
I guess sort of up for either. Like, I mean, yeah, Dimitri would obviously be pretty focused on the eschatologist, but again, Orzov would be equally focused on the cloud tops, and I get the feeling you don't really want us to keep splitting the party.
Sorry, I kind of had a side question here.
Mhm.
Are the magic +3, +2, etc.? Is that just to hit, or is that to hit and damage?
Hit and damage.
Okay, thanks. Just wanted to double check and make sure.
Yeah. What do we actually? I'm trying to remember. What do we all know about the cloud tops? We know that there's sort of some weird sort of Fae type stuff happening.
All the crazy hippies live out there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
a lot of fake creatures live out there too.
I'm just sort of thinking we're probably going to need to ask questions and go and say, because I imagine we're just going to follow the weirdness to hopefully find the source, which might be hard to do at 3 a.m. Unless we kind of knock on doors at that hour, which might not get a good reception.
Look for the man commanding a legion of cats.
Hey, we might see some cats just wandering about. Suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, Orzov could probably get some assistance. I mean, he's one of them hippies, and he's recognized by the guy who died. What's his name?
I say I'm not a hippie as I smoke my joint.
I'm not
Yeah.
a hippie.
I'm just imagining Orzhov was like a Rastafarian hat and long dress.
But he should. I mean, he should be able to get us at least a, if not a cold welcome, a lukewarm welcome.
I sort of think we go there like first light, like just when people are sort of starting to get up. So if we need to question people, we can. I was sort of thinking maybe during the night, maybe just quickly stop by the station, see if there's anyone there yet. Then again, yeah, fuck, I don't know. Maybe we should just rest up and start the next.
But what if there's suspicious ongoings during the night?
Yeah, I mean, what else are we going to be doing? I mean, I hate to bring mechanics into this, but it'd be kind of a waste. Like, none of us need to rest. And if we could be getting more information, we probably should, because we're working on a very short time frame.
Yeah, I suppose we could also do some of the other shit that's sort of been sidelined, like the golem guy. We've kind of let that one slide. That could be something we could probably work on. Get him to his fucking workshop and shit. See if we can get what's his name to remove the gas.
Hmm.
Because I definitely think I definitely think first thing in the morning go to the cloud tops, but yeah, I just suspect if we go there in the middle of the night, we're probably
Not go
gonna
well.
have trouble.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's just say you guys do have a rest of the evening then, because if you don't have a rest, you will have things catch up and lose healing surges when you have multiple days without having a rest at all. So what you've got, mechanically, you've got resources to spend. You also will lose resources if you don't look after yourself.
Fair.
So I'll give you guys an extended rest. You guys wake up early, crack of dawn the next day. This is the 10th of spring. And you guys wanted to go to the Cloudwood now?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have Orzhov lead the way.
I would say we get his last, but I know the way.
So you wanted to head straight to the Cloudwood locals?
Just wondering, can we have a slight break or something? I kind of want to grab a bite to eat and.
Sweet. Let's
Yeah,
have a
okay.
thing.
How long does everyone want to go?
Once we got 4 ticks. Oh, we've got no Dave. Wait, no, we've got no. Who we got no?
Right.
It's me. My
We've
mouse
got me,
is
unless my connection's fucking out again.
Oh no, it says reconnected. Sorry, I did just say connection lost. I didn't see that it was reconnected.
I'm here. Can't for some reason click, but I'm here.
Okay, cool. Alright, so, yeah, Spring 10. You guys are waking up in the morning, and heading off to the Cloudwood. You guys get there the crack of dawn. Now, where are you heading first? You've got a few options, as I mentioned the other day, but I'll go over them again. You guys do have police contacts, the local police of the Cloudwood themselves. The same office as the police as the mayor of Cloudwood. Doyle Idills is this person's name.
Where was all this most spooky shit happening? There was like
All
some
throughout the
people.
Cloudwood itself. So there's lots of reports of weird shit, including that child that went missing. Or no, sorry, not went missing.
No,
the body,
it was...
the body turned up rather, not went
But
missing.
with no missing person
With- yeah.
report, right?
No one in the district has reported any missing children, and the body was found strangled, lying in a stream, and partially gnawed on by cats. Cats.
So, I wouldn't mind going to the Cloudseers.
It's fine with me.
Just before we head out can we autopilot some of that shit that we've kind of been neglecting? Like can we get the dude back to his lab and shit? Like, can we just pass that off to someone else, or because I don't think
the golem was getting himself ready, or was rather being gotten ready by the king technologist that Aranis was originally working with, and he said, I'll get him ready for the next couple of days, get him back in working
Cool.
order and getting back to his stuff. So yeah, that stuff's still going on.
yeah,
in fact-
I just kind of figured the way things are going, we're not going to have time to do that shit ourselves. So
Good thing we have resources.
but yeah, I guess back to the I guess the local constabulary might be a good place to. Were we supposed to go and meet fancy elf dude, or are we just supposed to kind of do it?
He wanted you to contact Gale, and he was going to go and continue contacting the people he knew, and see you this afternoon.
Oh yeah, we should contact Gale.
Can we do that still? I can't remember how we did it. Oh, it was Whisper Stones or something.
Messenger Wind, yeah. So it's your little way of talking with Gale and
Split the party. Split the party.
do it, don't do it.
Split
do
the
it,
party.
do it. Now, I'm going to consider that you guys are going to be together, and your B team is going to be running your squad, and I'll have Kevin with the B team running the police, which we can do at the end of this day. You guys can see what the police have done once you guys have finished your Cloudwood stuff. All right.
Right, so I guess we have a chat to the nice terrorist lady and see what she knows.
I mean, what terrorist acts did she actually do? I mean, what did she actually do?
Hannah Senoy or whatever her name was.
Murdering one person isn't really an act of terrorism.
Nah,
That
she's
person was bad,
I'm
right?
actually trying to remember what she actually did do.
I think we were
Because
just
I know
told the terrorist, and we just oh, yep, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are way bigger terrorists than her.
That's what I'm saying.
for sure.
Yeah. Like, if anything, she should be the police.
That's also true. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys contact her on the messenger wind, and the response you get is, meet me on the Switchback Trail in the Cloudwood, where you first met my friends.
All right.
I remember that place. I remember
Yes,
that.
but we murdered everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the place where I tried to get Ryla fired.
Yes.
Awkward.
Bring that up on the walk there.
So as
No
you
hard
guys get
feelings.
there, you guys get to the bridge crossing just ready to start the ascent up the switchback. As you get nearby some of the trees, you hear whispers passing through the air towards you, and you recognize it as Gale's voice. She says, "I will not come out into the open to speak with you. I will talk with you from here. Speak to me via the whispering wind, and I will discuss with you. We cannot talk for long. I'm sorry. There are issues regarding my helping you that I'm unable to surmount."
We did kill like a whole bunch of her people, right?
No, we didn't kill a whole bunch of our people.
It was,
We were
it was
relatively
mostly
friendly
cow guys, wasn't it? That we.
Where
Yeah.
did the forest dudes weren't? Oh, I think
I think we got into a fight, but I think I ended up arresting. Yeah,
Yeah.
I ended
I
up arresting
distinctly
the
remember
dude.
butchering people here.
There was a bunch of cow guys. I think we got into a fight with some of the forest dudes, but we ended up arresting their leader guy, and
Yeah.
then I think
Roland?
and
Was it Roland?
Yes.
No, not Roland.
Probably.
Some
the
dude.
mercenaries had kidnapped his girlfriend or something, and I think we
saved the
saved her.
girlfriend.
Yeah, we
did,
saved her.
we did.
I can't even remember his name. It's not
It
important.
was like a year ago.
Yeah, it was a while. He's not important.
That'd be boring.
Probably died in a series of unfortunate fires that swept through the nearby districts.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Most unfortunate.
Burn down one district, and you never hear the end.
Correct? You never hear the end of it. You burnt down a district.
We should have burned down all the districts, then no one would be around to complain
You
about
never
it.
hear about all the districts we didn't burn.
True. You don't? There's good reason for that, because they're not burnt down. So, anyway, she's talking. What do you guys say to her?
I'll let you guys handle this one.
Yeah, I guess Orzov, you're the biggest hippie. Dimitri's kind of had a big sort of thing. So
Okay, what to say to this person? Do you know anything about that kid that died? A bit strange.
Sorry, I didn't hear you because you're literally whispering.
I can whisper into the winds.
Yeah, but
What do you know
I
about
need to be
that
able
kid
to
that
hear what you're saying. She says, I cannot tell you about the child that died. And it is for a reason you can guess. I have made a deal with someone whom I'm unable to talk about. Not by choice, but by the power of,
Of the Four Seasons Hotel?
she doesn't answer. She just says, when agreements are made between Fae, it is forces more than just their honor that hold them to those agreements.
So yeah, Costigan then.
She says, I made the mistake of trusting someone
Oh, the head
for a moment longer than I should have, and now I am bound. Costigan is dangerous.
I thought you couldn't talk about him.
Talk about who? The man I made the deal with? I can't tell you who I made the deal with, but I can tell you that a Costigan is dangerous.
Oh fuck.
So
So
Costigan's
Costigan's
dangerous.
not the man
And
he
the
made
deal.
the deal.
No, I
no,
think she's.
it is. It's just she's
she's
going like, I can't tell you about the
loopholes.
deal. However, totally unrelated topic. Costigan's pretty dangerous.
Rules lawyering.
Yeah,
Excellent.
she's rules lawyering around her gays basically.
Well, do you know where one might find kids?
Uh,
I'm trying to ask her questions that are not going to be gayest up.
Sorry, buddy.
Right, okay.
Hey, you know where I can find some kids?
Obviously,
Yeah, you're not playing the stalker guy at the moment, remember.
no, it would be like this.
You got
Or
any of
Josiah.
them children?
No.
Oh shit. But yeah, that is a reasonable question.
Yes.
So, sorry.
Don't make me say it again.
As you're trying to angle around it, she says, "Look, I made a mistake in promising to help him. I can't tell you where he is. Truthfully, I don't know where he is, but if you... I can't even let you continue. If you continue to look for him, if you continue up this path, I have to fight you."
So I'm just going up this path to go to my home, the cloud tops.
Yeah, I cannot let any come close. You should go back. I need you to leave. I don't want to hurt you, but I will have to.
What if we walk backwards up? So it's like we're leaving.
Says, perhaps you could try free me from the bonds. Then I could help you, but
Was this the only way to the cloud tops?
yeah, pretty much.
So, alright. Hey guys, sorry in advance. Just, put me down. I'm pretty squishy. I'm gonna give her the ring I have.
So she's
Okay.
not visible, so you can offer it
fuck.
to her.
Yeah, I'll
She's
offer
in
it
the
to her.
trees somewhere.
Just.
I'll offer it.
Ryla wants to marry you.
Yes.
You gotta get down on one knee.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Hannah, whatever your name is, I've longed for your hand in marriage for aeon. Take this ring, so that we may be wed. Wink, wink.
Wink. Unfortunately, she's a bit too onto it, and even that, she is too aware of what that might entail. She says,
Yeah, no one wants to marry Ryla.
Yeah, fuck. It's harsh.
I have to stop you. But perhaps you are strong enough to stop me. Maybe that will be enough."
Guess we're burning down the forest.
So
Yes, we're resting this terrace for the RHC.
Can I ask, can Dimitri ask, does like Fey gears kind of work the same way as, I guess, normal ones? So we do know a guy that can probably break them.
You know a guy that would probably also completely arrest her and throw her in a deep, dark, prison-y place.
True.
Given that she
right.
is a enemy of
Crafty.
the king.
Yeah, good point. Okay.
She says, she suddenly you see her up on
Says,
the
oh fuck.
top of the ledge. And she says, "I cannot let you go further, but perhaps if you do, and I'm unable to stop you, perhaps then," and she just stands up on the ledge above you.
So, hey guys, can we huddle real quick?
Well, okay.
Alright. Hey, I have an idea.
Throw her off the ledge.
Well, no. But,
Tackle her and put the ring on it.
exactly, yes. You render her helpless, and then we put the ring on.
I've got one
don't use
thing
your
I
ring
want to
gun.
try first that might be even better, but I guess it could kind of work actually. Can I try I imagine it'd be like an initiative thing, but I want to try casting Rebuke Violence on her.
What does that do?
It means she can't attack.
Really? Let's have a read.
Yep. So if it hits, she can't attack for the encounter. If it misses, she just can't attack until the end of my next.
When do you want to cast it? Because that save ends, and you guys will need to try and get to her to, I assume, get this ring on her finger. So if you
True.
cast it now, you risk a couple of movements worth of getting up there.
I can get up there in
I
one
was
turn.
gonna say Trabro can do his signature move.
Teleport, right?
Oh, I was thinking Rocket Belt, but
Both of them work.
Both of them signature.
Try it.
yeah. Until you or any ally attacks the target, takes a -5 penalty to saving throws against the effect. So I imagine she's probably pretty high level, so she's probably got pretty good saves. But still, yeah, we should at least get a round or so. I guess, shall we initiative, or is this considered out of... We're not really in combat yet, are we?
Sorry.
So if I take it that if we move any closer, she's going to attack, isn't she?
Yes.
Alright, fuck it. I guess I'll try casting it on her. Is there anything else that anybody wants to line up, or are we going to just try and like make her non-violent, then just shove the ring?
So go ahead and roll initiative.
I cannot seem to do any commands or roll the dice. It just doesn't go through.
Alt tab back in.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Alright. So
You're not
Dimitri,
having the weird... You're not having the weird Discord
No,
mouse
that one-
bug that I'm having?
Nah, that one went through.
Okay. So, Dimitri, you try and cast the thing. Trabro, you get ready to do your action afterwards, your teleport.
Or
I'll
rocket
get ready
belt,
to run
whatever.
closer, to run up.
Alright.
Okay. So you hit her?
So she now cannot attack until she successfully saves, and she gets -5 penalty until one of us attacks. Which I guess the question is, does trying to force a ring on her count as an attack?
Unfortunately, Fey Trickery causes your attack to affect the wind, not the gale.
Sorry, I'll be back. Just do my thing for me.
Yep. The gale is affected by a condition as the trigger, and the condition affecting it ends, and maximum number of vortices is increased by 1. As you see, the wind around her is actually, well, almost invisible. Just she's completely encased in vortexes spinning around her.
But those vortexes are now feeling very pacifist.
One of them is, yeah. So yeah, that unfortunately, sorry Dave, does not work.
Oh well.
It was a good idea, and I did want you to try it. However, that does start the fight. Trabro is not to know that, as he marks her as his oath of enmity, and teleports next to her. With whatever thing he uses. I don't know what he uses. Step of Fate? I don't know. Something. Nope, that's not it. Inexorable Pursuit? Nope, that's shifting. I don't know. I'm sure he has something that does that.
I think it's part of the mark of immunity thing.
Oh, is it?
I think so. But who knows?
Invigorating. No. Who knows? Who knows? So he teleports next to her anyway, doing that thing. And so that was a well. Alright, I don't even know what he's going to do to attack. So maybe we'll just come back to his turn. He hits her and does some stuff. Next up is Dimitri. Oh no, sorry. Next up is Orzov. Dimitri had his thing.
Okay.
Would I guess after I've done that, would I have been able to use my movement to sort of head up the path?
So I'm considering this a surprise round, so you only get one action on a surprise round.
Ah, cool.
So this is a surprise round?
Yes.
We're going to be a
Unless
risk.
you were like telling her, I'm gonna try and psychically stop you from doing anything, and then Trevor is going to attack you, okay?
Yeah, probably.
Probably not.
Then I'm going to run to there and then that's it.
Alrighty. Next up is Ryla.
How high is this little hill here?
35 foot.
35 feet. And can I see her from where I'm at or no?
Yeah, she's standing at the edge.
Actually, that's kind of way too far. I mean, mechanically, it's only 5 away, right?
Mechanically 6 away.
Oh, well, I mean...
Because it's higher than it is further across, so you're still going to go up those squares.
I was just thinking, I was going to use my bola.
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 Gonna give her a... No, I'm not gonna make that.
Oh, well, I can't aim anyway because it's range 4. Yeah!
Womp womp. So you doing anything this turn?
Yep, climbing up. And I guess that'll be my turn. We only get one action, right?
Yes. She gets none. And now it is Travero's turn. But Travero is AFK. Maybe we'll actually call it there. We'll go for 3 hours. And I've probably only got another 50 minutes.
Alright.
So we'll say, as you guys begin your attack, it will start at the top of the standard initiative. I think Jarbo's action probably would have been to teleport there. I don't know whether he got an attack, but if he did, he can have the attack at the start of the next game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's a good point to end.
Yep, seems good.
Alright, sounds good.
Alrighty. Well, I will kill the thing.